Ooh,
we're live, I think.
With Kren and
Hi,
what's for you? Hi, guys.
Hello. Nearly time to operate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes.
It is. So, you've all seen it on Twitter.
I
Yeah.
might have a little input on this one.
Yeah, she had a
Yes.
little bit input.
So, who is it that suggested Operation again?
One of you lot suggested we do Operation next. So, we were looking online, MB games and all the rest of it. And then
Hi, Dragon.
a certain little madam on the end.
I love, as we know, I love minions.
She likes minions.
So we
and
found
dragons.
Otto.
Yeah. We found Otto the minion. So that's what we've been messing around
It's
with.
funny. It's about what your face looked like earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been testing it all day, and let's just say
Yeah, let's just say
It's been hysterical.
Yeah.
I've got a fire extinguisher down here for me nuts.
Hi, Dave.
It's Dave.
Sorry,
He's a troublemaker.
Dave.
Troublemaker's in there.
Hi, Dave.
So this is actually, it was a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I'm going to get it out in a minute, but it's actually under there and I've only got a short wire, so
Yeah.
He's got to be careful that he doesn't
don't want to
get
drag any electrodes off, do we? Although I nearly got away with not doing this today because I accidentally forgot the battery.
But lucky enough, we
I
had
have
some-
spare batteries in my drawer.
So it didn't work.
No.
So, yeah. Larixa Snides. I'm going to try
Hi.
pronouncing that one. I hope
Yeah.
I got that right.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Of your next challenge, Stunt Cock, just had a bonza idea for the next game to corrupt. Well, this one,
Hi, Roy. Hi.
I'm actually going to get it out. The game,
I think we need something with spikes.
not me tackle. So that's it.
It's all loaded.
And, oh, nearly lost my banana. The back of it's not so neat. But basically, all I've done is broken into that box and messed around with the wiring, taken 3 wires out, run it to a solenoid. So it's basically electrically operated switch and wires to the control box and wires somewhere else.
Was all that hot glue you or?
Yeah, that's my hot glue. Because I didn't want the wires coming and perish the thought of me getting shocked.
And Roy Hackett agrees spikes.
No.
We've got to do something with spikes.
No. Yeah, it works. Let me just say, every dungeon needs one of them.
And one of those.
Or one of the other ones. I'm going to see if my wire is going to stretch. Ooh. That's the first one we messed around with. A classic. That was easier to corrupt than that one. That took a lot more
Corrupted.
messing around with a voltmeter and working out what's what. But I managed to do it. And these two have been wetting themselves all afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we did tell him to turn it down.
We did.
Yeah, well,
But he's chosen all the settings.
it's maxed out on the box. Because if you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly, haven't you?
It's our pleasure. And you forgot to do the monitor.
Oh, I can't move. You're going to have to do it this week because I'm wide up. You're going to have to run around there and press that button up there. See, this is Eve Robertson. You can look at the backside there. Look at that. Oh. They're looking at your bum. Oh, look at that. And she's coming back. Oh, yeah.
And I am
As you
back.
can see, this side tidy,
That side not so
that
much.
side not so
But
much.
yeah, we always
And that's a wire nightmare.
we always aim to
Zap my nuts.
Yeah.
to ship quickly.
Yeah, thank you. We try and get things out the door as fast as we can. Generally same day, unless it's after like 3 o'clock because of the postal collection.
Yeah.
How long it takes to get to you, that's in the hands of the postal gods.
Unfortunately.
We've got no control over that. So I'm glad to hear that it's worked out for you and you've got your kit safe and sound.
Yeah.
Occasionally things takes a little bit longer. But as I said, it all depends on how things clear customs and that sort of stuff.
That's it. Again.
So this week has been highs and lows. If you read the description to this live stream, you'll realise what the low was. We're not going to go into that because
No, because
it's
I won't
upsetting.
be laughing.
No, it's upsetting. But we're going to move on. She is going to be getting a new puppy. Look at her face on the end. I think they're both getting a new puppy, actually. They're sharing. So we're getting another vicious guard chihuahua for the workshop.
He's not
because-
too happy.
No.
You want a bigger dog.
Yeah, I want a Springer Spaniel.
Yeah. But as I said on the
They're like
Kofi-
me. They're just full of energy and
But as
stupid.
I said on the Kofi, who walks it?
Yeah, well, that's a very good point.
Exactly.
I'm going to refresh the
Yeah.
chat just to make sure that we're not lagging.
Oh, wow.
Because
Oh, wow,
we do.
we are.
E-stim systems are in the house.
E-stim systems. Where are the zapping nuts? The nuts are here. The zapper is tucked in under here and coming out at the end. That's going to make you lot stay. Yeah, we're not daft, you see.
Exactly what my
That's
house
the
looks
YouTube
like
thing
on
you do.
stream.
You dangle a little bit of bait and you keep them there. And basically, I'm just trying to keep them alive as long as possible. These two want to get on with it, but I'm like, no.
So,
I'm not doing my questions.
Dragon, completely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
But you don't want to see the other side of that camera
No.
either.
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
even worse. Yeah, but all those wires down there, that's my
I'm
nemesis.
sure E-stim systems are related to
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, and they're saying spikes.
No,
want
we don't do
spikes.
spikes. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's been a bit of a traumatic week, but we're moving forward. And we don't want spikes because we know what Kaz's spikes are like. They're very spiky.
Normally, E-stim systems say no spikes.
Nah, I know that's Mr. E-stim Systems.
Yeah.
Mrs. E-stim
This is
Systems.
Mrs. E-stim.
I think it's Mrs. E-stim Systems. she likes her spikes. So yeah, this week we've been messing around with Operation the Game, the Minion Edition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Somebody's been testing it, playing sort of with it without...
She's been practicing, which is good.
Yeah.
The more
Without you
practice they get, the better, because
Yeah, but I haven't practiced at all.
that's not good, is it? So
Depends who you
it's all going to
ask
end in tears. You should.
Switching out
What should be the rated voltage be for switching output for the 2B? It's a 2B power supply.
Yeah.
If you get the wall wart. So, and I recommend getting the proper one because it's not going to damage your box and it's going to keep you safe because it's rated correctly. Don't
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
for an eBay or Amazon
No.
knockoff.
No,
Definitely not.
get the one from E-stim
If you want to know
Systems.
why, look up a guy called Big Clive on YouTube.
That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, because he buys these cheap things and makes them explode, basically.
Yeah,
which
very easily, which is
Yeah.
the scary part.
Which is very scary, yeah. So we have, chat seems to be working.
Good.
That's good. My balls are in delay mode at the moment, which is good.
Can't we get that over and done with straight
No,
away?
because they'll leave us. That's what you got to do. You got to keep them
Depends on how you're
Keep 'em interested.
switching relay and...
semiconductor
Or
wirings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of ways of skinning a cat.
Don't say...
I shouldn't have said that, should I?
No.
No. Have you seen the Tingler? It seems like quite a nice box of price. It looks all right. It's a commercial StereoStim device. How they're getting away with selling it, I don't know, with ratings and CE approval, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff, but that's up to them. They get away with that. I believe they're an American-based company. They're bringing out a pulse-based unit as well soon, but I've not heard anything on it. And yeah, Dragon is spot on. It's a StereoStim device. 100 volts is a good start from E-stim Systems. Not today, it's not. With that, we're quite happy with 3 volts running through that, and then the output of the Electro Helix, which is what we're using today. Why am I going yay?
Again,
can't
you're
believe
the one who set it up.
Yeah.
They are supposed to fetch a new box. Yeah, they are. They're bringing out, I don't know what it's called, but it's going to be a pulsed base rather than a StereoStim unit. So they're working on that at the moment. Other news within the industry.
You
Kink.
forgot your news bit.
I have forgotten my
You
news
forgot
bit.
your news bit.
I just put my glasses on. No, it's just stamping fans around. It's Q&A.
What do you mean, the
product
glasses that are
spotlight.
sat there, right there?
Well, we'll do that bit. E-stim Emporium update. I pressed the wrong button. But there you go. Update from us. We've been busy. Busy's
Yeah.
good. We like being busy.
Yeah, we do.
We have a new electrode in the works.
Ooh.
And it's going to be here in the next 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah. And that's all he's allowed to say about it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm allowed to say, or she's going to get the Helix out early
Yeah.
and manually override the game.
Yeah.
I won't switch it off.
And then I'll be on this, I think it's this one. Yeah, I'll be using that later.
Yeah. Should we give him a discount code?
I think you should.
Yes. Oh, you've changed it, haven't you? I give you one job to do.
What was this?
The part.
She gets this now.
It sounded like the zap.
No, that will sound slightly different.
So sweet. Discount code
Yeah,
is Spring Shock
75.
75.
because it's spring.
Oh, he's
I'm
about
going to
to
get
have
a shock, and it's stream 75.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Has there been any progress on the pluggy wuggy you guys were working on? The pluggy wuggy? Which pluggy wuggy?
What pluggy wuggy?
We've got a few pluggy wuggies in the
Yeah.
pipeline. But I'm not allowed to talk about anything.
Nope.
Or these get lit up early,
Yeah. And
which is not good.
Hi, Calm Bike.
Hello. Love to Junior yours once again. I'll need to do a catch up later. Nice for you to pop in and see us.
Yeah, but do catch up because it's going to be hysterical.
For you two?
Yeah.
And for them?
Well, again, you're the one who set it up to be super high because you are the one who said there's no point in doing it lower.
I think they'll all agree. If you're going to do it, you've got to max the box out.
Yeah, but then you make it sound like we're the ones who did it.
Well, you are, because it's not hurting me until you mess up the game. So it's a skill-based challenge. I'm challenging, and you're going to have to show some skill. Well, a shame we lose that battery, because we need that battery.
It's all right, I've got a drawer full of
here's 2 boxes. I'm halfway through a conversation there. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to industry news. Kink have brought out their update, which has cured some of the problems of the control box that they've got. The KS250 or whatever it's called these days. The one with the knobs going the wrong way. That's all been sorted out now. They've ticked off quite a few of the niggling lists, but there's still a lot of work to do on that control box. Still not got audio, but they are working on it. But things are moving forward slowly. It's going to take a while for their developers to catch up with the firmware and all the rest of it before they can start tackling Lua scripts and
at least
audio.
they're getting some bits sorted.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
it's been fairly well received now that it doesn't fry you randomly, and the control box, when you turn it down, doesn't actually go up.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. That should have been caught before the box is shipped.
But at least they've sorted it now.
At least they've sorted it now, electrodes, what have we been doing? Well, Yogi Met is in the house as well. Hello, Yogi Met. They're all coming in.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I wonder what they've heard. I wonder what they've heard is happening later.
Couldn't have anything to do with nuts, could it?
No. Operation Cooked Nuts, as we came up with. What else have we been doing this week? Have we been doing stuff? See? She's done nothing this week.
No, I've been sat at home with my feet up doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. No, we've been incredibly busy with orders, which is good.
Yeah.
And it's nice, and we're getting things out the door as fast as we can, which is good. Things like the 2B stand we've opened up for pre-orders now because they're so popular. Rather than having them out of stock on the site, you can pre-order them and we'll make one and ship one. So you're getting your foot in the door.
Yeah.
And it takes us 3 days to print, post-process and vapor smooth and put everything together. So if you want a 2B stand, and they're damn useful, basic ones are going to be really easy to keep in stock because there's not a lot of post-processing with them, but the pro version with the camera stand and the tripod stand and all that sort of stuff, that takes a little bit more
because they get vapor smoothed.
Yeah, and then multi-material prints as well. Just checking my pads are still stuck down. We don't want any accidents, do we? We don't want me accidentally not getting zapped.
Oh no, definitely
not. We've got questions, haven't we? We've got questions. We're going to go on to questions in a minute. Let's do questions first. I know where that one is. It's there, look. I did that with that. So, have a rummage in your pit of questions.
Okay.
What we got this week?
If you could only use one electrode forever, what would it be?
Ooh.
So what would yours be?
Why me first? Well, it's certainly not these two attached to my plums. That's for sure. I would probably go for the Stairway to Heaven because it's
what, not Lucifer's Ladder?
No, because that's a Lucifer's Ladder for anyone asking, and you notice it's got spikes. So no, not that. The Stairway to Heaven, which is basically the same but without the spikes. So that for me would be that. Although the electric ring system, the E-stim systems, is really, really good.
Yeah, but you can only have one.
Well, it has to be that then, because you need at least 2 electro rings really to play correctly. So what about you? So you put me on the spot?
It's really easy, the electro wand.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, and that is... Here's one you prepared earlier.
Yeah.
Well,
I
cleaned
prepared.
earlier. Yeah, that's how you prepared earlier. That's the electro one from E-stim systems, and they are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Bipolar, really fun to use, and one of her favourite electrodes now.
Internally and externally.
Lauritius Nice, I'm working on a clamp for both the Series 1 and the 2B so that my mostly paralysed girlfriend can work the knobs herself with a Visa mount swing. That is a brilliant idea. Visa swings, for people that don't know, are these sort of things you have with, you can't see it, monitor arms that allow you to move things around. Can we try that?
It might work on the other camera.
We might be able to pick it up. Yeah. These monitors are on those sort of mounts, so you can actually mount things, move them around and keep them stable. So that is absolutely superb, and I'd love to know how you get on with that. Can you make it work? I think you can. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. That was an idiot.
I missed that. There was an idiot on Reddit asking, could he connect an electrode to his eyelids?
Oh.
You could probably do it once.
Yeah, you'll have to do it again.
No, stay away from eyelids. Even if you're into Violet One Play. Now, Violet One Play you can use anywhere.
But
except the eyes, because it generates ultraviolet light, and you don't want that near your cornea because it'll give you cataracts and that sort of stuff. And yeah, that sums it up. New. I can't believe I missed that one. I normally pick up on the silly things like that, but yeah, why would you even want to do that?
I have no idea.
Can't see that being classed as an erogenous zone.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Maybe torture. Maybe mistresses and torture and that sort of stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, the difference between can I and should I is a very important distinction.
Yeah.
That is spot on advice. So moving on to the next question. Look at you little ball.
Did you say what?
No, she hasn't, has she? She got away with it, little miss. Yeah, you sneak.
Because you went off.
Mine would have to be the Mona.
Yeah, that explains how our Mona's disappeared.
That's what I'm going to say on that one.
Yeah, we're missing an Electro Pebble and a Mona. Wonder where that could be. So what we got next then?
Right, how often should I clean my conductive rubber?
Oh, at least annually.
After every use. Hot soapy water.
Yeah, that's all you need. A bit of warm soapy water, and gentle bit of sort of rubbing.
Yeah. I think Drake Dragon's spot on with that one. Right. Very interesting comment from E-stim System Limited there. For those that don't know, Stim Addict was an absolute legend on Reddit, on the E-stim Systems forum, and just basically everywhere. The guy was really, really nice. 1 in a million. And he collated probably the internet's biggest resource and repository of audio files and instructions and manuals and you name it. It was on his in his drive. I think it was a Google Drive he's using.
That's amazing to hear.
He's passed away, unfortunately, which is really, really sad. And E-stim Systems are going to be hosting his files. Now, because of legal reasons, they're not going to be hosting everything that's in his repository. But the stuff that he created, I believe they're going to be hosting. And that is absolutely superb news for the community.
That is amazing.
So, yeah, well done, E-stim Systems, for stepping up with that. And that sums it up. Yeah. Looking forward to it. And it's really nice that all the information doesn't disappear. As what happened when SmartStim went down, when Climber passed away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he's going to be missed because he was really, really nice.
Is it time to get the box out yet?
No.
We're
getting there, though. We're getting there.
In fact, have we got any bags of frozen peas?
Yeah,
might be needing them later. That's what they're here for.
I know.
They're all here for one reason.
Can I just use one part of a bipolar electrode?
Yes.
Just plug one.
Yeah. A bipolar electrode is just 2 electrodes in a handy form. So you can use one. You can use the other. You can wire them together and create a monopole electrode. Just because it's in the one package doesn't mean they're not separate electrodes and
it
can be
just
used that
means
way.
that you need to have one other electrode, so you've got 2 electrodes.
The only thing I'll say on that, if you've got a bipolar electrode that has a captive cable going to a jack, then like the E-stim Systems Electro Eggs or the World's Most Comfortable Butt Plug, I think that was the other one.
Yeah.
Or the E-beads. You might need to get a little breakout box so you can connect to the individual electrode surfaces. But yeah, it's just 2 electrodes. Think of it as 2 electrodes, but easy to handle. And we forgot to answer the last question, which was, how often should I clean me CR? Because I did what...
No,
we've answered it.
Did you?
I answered
After every use hot soapy water.
I was just tuning you out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be married or something.
Don't forget who's going to have
That's it. 2 puppies.
Rick is there. I'm using E-stim audio sim to compose some interesting patterns, but the red on black knobs is a bit of an eyesore. Yeah. Dave.
Sorry, Dave. Can't do that.
Belford cats Stunt Cock's nuts. No, if they drop on the floor, the dog's having them. So that's a non-starter.
No, I think even she wouldn't go that far.
No, she wouldn't. Roasted meatballs. So is that it? We got more questions.
2 more.
No, 3 more.
Oh, yes.
3 more.
3 more, and then
He keeps sneaking
then
them
the
in.
fun begins.
How long do sticky pads last?
Well, since somebody's wired up to them, how long do they?
Too long at the moment, but I can feel them peeling up, which is worrying for later. It depends on your skin type, mostly, and how often you use them. If you've got oily skin, or dry skin even, you're going to get a build-up of stuff on the adhesive face that's going to make it less tacky.
Yeah, so you need to clean them.
So they are considered, expendable items. You're only going to get a certain lifetime out of them. How many goes that is,
How you look after them.
it depends on how you look after them and your skin type,
Yeah.
basically. When they start losing the tackiness, you can run them under a tap water. Just give them a rub. Clean off that layer that's stuck to them, which is going to be dead skin cells and oils. Stick them back on the pad, little plastic thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've got one for later.
We're reading the note.
I started in it. So wash them, put them back on the plastic wrapper.
Yeah.
When you're not using them, always put them on the plastic
Yes.
wrapper or the adhesive dries out.
Yeah.
And then you throw them in the bin. You can use a product called Tensive, which is a conductive adhesive, if you want to use them a little bit longer. But for the price of them,
Apparently, and it's considered bad form to regenerate the sticky pads with
contact
conductive.
adhesive. It is. You shouldn't do it, but if you're in a bind,
Yeah.
it's an option.
Yeah.
The Tensive contact adhesive is better when you're using it on things like the Omega conductive rubber. Depending on the brand of the pads you're using, some people can have an adverse reaction to the adhesive as well.
Yeah,
So
you've got to
if
bear
you
that in
buy
mind.
a set of pads from a new brand, try it on your arm before you put it on your nads.
Yeah.
Just to see, leave it on for 15 minutes.
Yeah, don't use super glue.
No.
Don't use super glue.
No.
Yeah, that is good advice. Because, although you'll have no problems with your edges peeling up, will you? Ever.
Talking about E-stim systems, aren't they got a live stream tomorrow?
E-stim systems, you were supposed to remind me.
I've just reminded
No,
you.
you're supposed to remind me earlier.
So if Krem was talking about Harold Eye Evo sticks, something like that.
Yeah. MIG welder. Get them on there good and proper. Yeah, E-stim systems are live tomorrow at 5 o'clock
We'll be
on
there.
their channel. They do a monthly live stream and it is absolutely amazing. We will be there. We've got the popcorn
Ready?
Yeah.
sat over there ready to go in the microwave. So all 3 of us, we like that, heckling them from the sidelines.
Okay, so Dragon has a problem getting any pads to actually stay on.
Yeah, no matter how clean,
It
shaven,
depends
clean
on
I am.
where they are. You could always use a strap, some cohesive bandage
Yep.
or something to hold it in place.
Tape, medical cohesive bandaging
Yeah.
is an
Yeah.
option. The elasticated straps that we sell is an option. Some people, their skin type just doesn't get on with the pads, or try changing manufacturer pads.
Yeah.
I said they all use different blends of adhesive, so
That's
you
it.
might
So it,
you might get away with it. The other thing, if you get the rectangular or square pads, the corners tend to peel up, especially if they're on curved areas. So look at round pads. You
Yeah.
might find they stay in place a bit better. But the thing with pads is try and hold them in place with tape, throw a condom over the top. There's lots of things you can do to make sure that the edges aren't peeling, because that gets quite uncomfortable. I'm told there will be zapping.
oh, there will be zapping.
Yeah.
Not if I've got anything to do with
But
it.
yeah, surgical tape is
It's
good.
good, yeah.
Dragon,
It's always the edges that get use.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's why it's good to put something over the top.
yeah.
And
Or use round pad.
or
So
try round pads.
they do tend to stick
because they haven't
better.
got that much more of a corner. They
Yeah.
tend to stay a little bit better. Vet wrap's good for going over the pad.
Yeah.
It sticks to itself. Yeah. Vet wrap, some people call it cohesive bandages. It's a stretchy bandage that sticks
Yeah.
to itself basically, but doesn't stick to you.
Yeah.
That's all good stuff. So yeah, I think that covers that, isn't it?
Yeah. Still too much.
No, we've been sent questions, so we've got to answer the questions. Get more questions in if we're doing this again. 14, 20 would be good from my perspective. Not from your perspective, though. Look at that grin. She knows. Well, I know what's coming.
Can I do tri-phase play with the electro pebble? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
The electro pebble has one of the leads joined inside the box, so you don't even need a tri-phase cable. You just need to work out which plug is joined to the other plug, and you can do that. And because of that internal link, you shouldn't use the electro pebble for nipple play. No, because they're not isolated channels.
Okay, so how often should I replace conductive rubber tubing?
When it wears out.
I was going to say when you can feel it's not effective anymore.
If you find you're having to use more power on your control box, that's a sign of the bonds breaking down within the conductive silicon, because the resistance is going up.
Yeah, you can revive it a little bit with
put some wire down the middle. You get a bit more life out of it. Yeah. But you'll really notice the difference between old and new. Yeah. You know, and also get good stuff. The cheap stuff from AliExpress is cheap for a reason. I was going to say, if you want good conductive rubber, go to What's For You, but I'm going to shut up now. Oh, no. We're getting close.
One more question.
Yeah. No. And Dragon, if you're going up that high, the conductive rubber's wearing out. Yeah. And it doesn't last forever.
No, unfortunately.
Right, next.
Last one.
It's chestnuts roasted on the fire. Yeah.
No. Stunt nuts roasting as if they're on fire.
Well, that's about right. You spot on the place where you want to stick the pads down to pull evaporate before sticking down. Yeah, try and get rid of skin oils. That's what that's all about. Clean it. Don't have any hairs as well. You know, if you're going to use sticky pads, try and go for an area that doesn't have hairs. If you're shaving, don't stim for 24 hours afterwards to let the skin heal. Otherwise, you'll know it. This cloth when I'm cleaning it. Yeah, I change mine when the black shows and the cloth when I'm cleaning it. Yeah. The black is actually the conductive element that's suspended in the silicon, and as it rubs off, then the outer surface is actually becoming less conductive. Yeah. But that's what you have with conductive silicon. Is it greasy? It's groundkeeper Willie.
Stop it.
All greased up. Right. She loves that. Right, go on, next one.
Right. Do you have to use conductive lube?
It depends on where you're actually
stimming.
Yep.
Where you're stimming and what you're using.
Yeah.
If you're doing skin play, then yes.
Yeah. If you're using one of Kaz's spiky zappy pinwheels, get some electrogel on your surface. If you're playing with the electro wand on your skin, again, get some electrogel on. Conductive silicon, or conductive rubber as we all call it, get some on that stuff as well. Yeah. Some people don't use it. I can't imagine not use it. I will use it because it prevents hot spots and all the rest of it.
It works much better.
For internal play, you can use water-based lube.
Yeah, you can get away with water-based.
But if you want an internal lube that is rated for use internally, the E-stim system's electrogel is. And that tends to be the stuff that we play with.
The bad news is that was the last question.
But we have a new segment.
What is the new segment?
The weekly electro positions suggestion, and it's not my nuts because that's already here. We were asked on the comments in last week's live stream if we can do a weekly electro suggestion.
Silicon lube.
No. Definitely do not use silicon lube because it will bond to the outside surface of the silicon, and silicon's an insulator, and you'll basically just kill them. Yeah. So if you're into rubberware and they use a lot of silicon lube to shine up, be very careful where that stuff's going, because as Dragon says, it'll kill it instantly. And that gets expensive. So stick with water-based lube. Don't use hybrid lube that has silicon in for the same reason. But anyway, going on to the new segment, we were asked to do a weekly electrode configuration suggestion. And we were also sent a question about E-stim triphase.
Yeah.
Because it's confusing. So basically, triphase is where you use two channels and you have two cables from separate channels going to the same electrode. So instead of using 4 electrodes, you're using 3. Bit like that. So the black cables from those are going into one electrode, and the other two are going into two more.
Yeah.
How can you use that? Well, the triple. That's a suggestion. You can use the triple for triphase. You don't have to use it for triphase. You can use any of those electrodes, because as we said with the bipolar, they're just a series of electrodes. You can use them all. You can use one, you can use two, and so on and so forth. Moving on to loops. If you use a conductive rubber loops, you can use a loop as an adapter. Like if you look at the black cables on that one, you're plugged into the same loop, you know, one plug going into either side.
Yeah.
And that acts as an adapter. You are linking your two cables, and again, you're using 3 electrodes instead of 4. So going on to this new segment about the weekly suggestion. So I'm going to have to go to close-up cam to do this, and I'm going to see if I can get this to work. So do that, and do that. That's this week's suggestion. All these electrodes can be changed out. But as you see on the right, we've got an E-stim system triple, one of these bad boys.
Yeah.
Now on the bottom, you've got 3 4mm sockets, and they've got dots next to them, 1, 2, and 3. And the image on the left there shows you which electrode surface they go to. So 1 dot is the base, 2 dots the middle, 3 dots is the tip. Now, this is a triphase configuration using any isolated control box. We've got the 2B because that's what I play with. Channel A at the top, red and black wire. The red wire is going to a Jet Set Willy, which is a glands electrode. I'm going to call that A1 because there's no pos and neg because it's an alternating current source. The black is then going into the tip, so the top surface of the triple. Channel B is going into the top surface of the triple and the base of the triple. So what in effect is happening, if you imagine the banana is actually not the banana, that's a YouTube friendly something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Channel A is going from the glands through your prostate to the tip of the triple, and channel B is going from the prostate area through muscles and all the rest of it to the exterior of your back passage. And working those two together is actually quite nice. So that's this week's suggestion. We'll do a different one each week.
Yeah.
But that's a shout out to 2 pretty fine electrodes.
And you've missed an awful lot of shots.
I know, because
doing that.
I'm just gobby, so I've got to come off that now.
Yeah.
There we go. Now you two can start talking and I'll catch up. What's that?
So even the hybrid, because the hybrid does tend to
let
have
me throw
silicon
these on
in
the
it.
screen. Yeah. Hybrid lube has silicon, as Joanne says, and that will kill just as much as silicon. Tends to have a raised seal steam, polish off with silicon tools, multi-tool before use. You don't get that with conductive rubber.
No.
Some conductive injection molded electrodes, you can have mold lines and seams, that sort of thing that you can clean off. And Wayne, I've been searching high-low for monopole prostate electrodes. It's just the conductor that hit the prostate. Can't find one. They are hard to find because most people will do internal and external anal play.
Yeah.
But again, something like this, just wire up to tip. You know, if
you don't have to use all 3.
If you've got a bipolar electrode like a Mona, if that sits in the right spot, just wire up to the head and something else.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think it's a bipolar electrode, they have to connect a channel to it. You don't. It's just 2 electrodes in a handy little package. So you can mix and match for those. Well, there you go. Dragon's just said exactly what I've just said. I should have read it all before I went into that, shouldn't I? I have a large EWMC, world's most comfortable butt plug that you that way, but want something more shaped. It's a very personal thing as to what electrode is going to work for different people because things anatomically are in slightly different places and nerves are in slightly different places. So there's a bit of experimentation. But yeah, don't think of bipolar electrodes as you've got to attach that to a channel. It's just 2 electrodes in a handy package.
Yeah.
Probably the best shape for zapping your prostate are 2 perpendicular raised electrodes at the end in one plane. Unfortunately, it's quite hard to find those. Get one made. You know, DIY is an amazing thing with E-stim. There's some amazing stuff commercially, but you can, if you've got an imagination and a little bit of hobbycraft handiness, you can come up with some amazing designs yourself. I think we've hit that time, haven't we?
We have, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Well, you
What do you mean you're afraid?
You can always refresh the chat just in
I'm
case.
afraid. Oh, yeah, hopefully we've got another 20 questions.
Just in case.
Let me just refresh that, please, everybody. I think Livestream have an electrode that looks like a prostate massager. You can buy that maybe. Yeah, what's it called? The Rogue. But that's got side-by-side faces rather than front and back or top and bottom. Some people like different orientations. It works for different people. Yeah. We need an industrial angle electrode. Very hard to make. Yeah. We're working on something.
But might,
but we're not allowed to talk about it.
No, he's not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, more shapes after. Right, shall we do this?
Yep.
Yep. It's time.
The big reveal.
Let's get the box out of the way.
Right. Now the way this thing's wired up is I've got to leave the battery out because there's no power switch.
So it stays switched on.
So it stays switched on, which is fine for the game because it only works when you actually short things out with that.
Yeah.
But because I've got a relay board in there, that's just draining current all the time. So let's go in there. Hopefully I've put the battery in the right way round because that would be a shame.
Oh, shame.
Right, that's now live. Let me just...
Shall we go to the...
Close-up cam.
Close-up cam.
I've not got this turned on yet. Oh, you're going to have to watch this upside down.
That's as close as I can.
This cable is not really...
I was just about to say, I didn't know how much I could pull on.
You're there. Right.
Okay.
Control box is now on. I can't believe...
So if I press this now...
if you press this now, try it. Stop it. It's still on. I'll switch it off.
Get the wire out.
Oh my God. There's two problems with this design. The first problem is it requires power to turn off. And if you smack the top of it, the battery drops out and there's no power to turn it off, so it stays on. The second problem is the relay sticky. So to get it to switch off, you've got to tap the top, which knocks the batteries out, and it stays on. Apart from that, though, it's
fine.
it's perfect. So we ready to do... Hold on. Are you ready to do this again?
There you go.
Go on, don't take you away like this. This is not good. Okay.
Oh, which design?
one?
Which one do I get? A nice easy one or a really difficult one? Oh, it's got to be bananas.
I'm not looking. I can't look. In fact, I'm going to put my hand on the beep button.
That's it, nice.
Yeah, nearly had it then.
God, this is the most exciting podcast ever, isn't it? Hey!
You should have said that.
Well, at least it turned off this time.
I tapped it.
Don't try to remove organs while having a little fit. Oh! Who turned that up full?
You.
Oh, God for that.
Bananas.
Right, we got some bananas out.
Yeah.
We need an A-box as well. No, we don't. We have got an A-box.
We have actually. We'll go for next.
Headset.
Oh, that's a nice and easy one.
It is brutal because anyone that owns an Electra Helix knows it packs a punch.
Oh,
Look at that. Okay.
I'm feeling mildly confident now, which is a mistake because she's just going to do it on purpose in a minute.
I'd be careful what you say if I was you.
Sunshine.
Oh, a difficult one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh. No.
See, this is exactly how I wanted it to go.
You should have.
It's not switched off again.
You said.
Now I regain my composure. We need to check the VAR. Oh! Oh! Can anyone else smell bacon?
Yeah.
The dog's coming over and smelling bacon. Go away. Is it Rachel's turn now? Oh no. Although Rachel has been practicing. It hasn't been done, that's to be removed. So many ideas coming from this.
Well, to be fair, the last time I activated it, I wasn't actually going for anything.
Oh, thank you.
She did.
So you were just zapping me.
Yeah.
Right, is Rachel having a go?
Yep.
Before we put this monstrosity to bed.
Should I go for an easy one or a hard one?
No, let's go for the hardest one. No, easy.
A hard
Easy one.
A hard one.
Oh my God. They were like, set the power to what you want. Don't set it on full. And I'm like, no, if you're going to do it, you got to do it on full. As says, brutal. Yeah. Now,
What?
you could get into trouble now.
Why?
Just saying. You know, you got to be on your best behaviour. You got to look after me. She knocks it on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just choose one.
Okay.
She went in tears. Mine. I've got frozen peas.
Knocking me.
She's knocking her. Stop it. Hey!
Sorry.
It's not switched off again. The batteries have come out.
Just switch the box on.
Yes, because he wasn't switching off. I might have to do some more work on the wiring. Oh, we're putting that away. Oh, I'm going to plug my cable. Well, I hope you lot enjoyed that. Oh.
You're gonna cry, you will.
What did you... Oh.
I didn't even get it properly.
You're not getting another go. That was brutal. Oh. Get yourself one of these. They're great fun. Yeah, if you're a dominatrix and you know you want to entertain the submissives in your dungeon,
guest, yeah.
your party guests.
Yeah.
It's great. Let's move this away from these two. Oh look, the battery fell out. That's why it didn't switch off. Yeah, so we'll put that down here and hopefully it's never coming out again.
Well, it will come out again, but you won't be wired up to
No,
it. is
no.
what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to play with,
Shall
actually.
we move?
Not so good on the E-stim front. So I hope everyone enjoyed that,
I think everybody's just collapsed in laughter.
because I really, really enjoyed that.
Dave.
Refresh me chat.
Well, Kren's got a new suggestion.
Oh no.
He did say he wanted to wait for that one. And yes, definitely Sim Systems, perfect for the kiddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect for the kiddies. Yeah. Think of the kids.
Nothing.
Yes. More not my children. Me clangers are still clanging. That was not good.
Christmas morning game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a have you been naughty or nice? If you've
Depends.
been naughty, you get that game.
Yeah.
No, that's a lot of fun. Downfall. But the disc you turn are linked to an intensity pulse setting, so the more you play, the more it turns up. Oh, that sounds really nasty. That's nearly nasty.
That's
What
a nice challenge, though.
Yeah.
What I'd love to do is, you know, the Simple Simon game.
Yeah.
That would be quite fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you just can't play. I mean, you can't win because eventually it's going to be too complicated and you fail. So that wired up to E-stim could be a lot of fun. No, it couldn't. No. What am I doing? Suggesting stuff like that.
You're
No.
suggesting it.
Well, yeah. So it just goes to fun. Just goes to show these games are not just for kids.
They're for all ages.
They're for all ages. Yeah, all ages, as long as you've got EP square button, because that came in handy. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
Not as much as
Not as much as these two. And I can't believe you were knocking her.
I only knocked her once.
Only once.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for tuning in
Yes.
and watching
He's gonna
these.
go and lie down now.
I'm getting those peas. Garden peas. Worst thing is I've got to pull the pads off in a minute.
Oh.
And I think they may have welded themselves in place. Yeah, that thing, if you're looking for a control box, that's a beast.
And that's the healing.
That is a beast. Single channel from E-stim Systems.
Very effective.
In fact, if you want this one... no, we like all the control
Yes,
boxes
we
we got.
do.
We
Yeah.
use them for different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun. That's the thing with E-stim. You can keep things fun. You can keep
Yeah,
things
fresh.
interesting. You can use it for fun
Yeah.
Or pain, if you
or
like.
pain and in that sort
Board
of thing.
games.
It depends
Board
on
games,
what-
predicament
what you
bondage.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Isn't it?
You've refreshed the chat.
Am I refreshing the chat? I can do
Yeah.
that. Now that my plums have stopped
Ooh.
tingling.
comes to.
Oh my god.
There's quite a bit to catch up on.
Let me carry on. Stunt Cock, make me keep this. And change the plastic discs to fall down the metal ones. When using MOSFET to switch this, remember to include resistor between the gate and the source drain, depending on the type. That stays on. This is all good stuff. I'll be going through this afterwards and taking some notes because I am a rank amateur at anything electronics. I'm glad Dave enjoyed it. Thanks, Dave. Larix has enjoyed it as well.
E-stim Systems enjoyed it.
Yeah, E-stim Systems, time for a cross promotion.
Ooh.
We could have a remote game of battleships or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
You sank mine, block and tackle.
Every box sold, you get free
Free minion
minions.
game. Yeah. I'm on the phone to MB Games as we speak. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tune in to E-stim Systems tomorrow.
We will.
5 o'clock. Make sure you get your popcorn ready because they're always really entertaining.
Or other snacks are available.
Yeah.
Other snacks are available. Ice packs are going to be available.
He's going to be having one of those.
You
cooked my nuts. Yeah. So that's it for now because I need to go and cool something off in a vat of cold, icy water. Glad you all enjoyed it. And we will see you next week. Stay safe, play safe. What am I saying? Play safe, what we've just been doing. It was safe for them too, wasn't it?
Yeah, but again, you're the one who set it up.
I know. Bye for now.
Bye.
Ciao.